Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi there, it's me, your friend Corey, and this is my closed Poncho Country Roads in the most brightest colors I could possibly find, right? Well, pretty close. Glad you're here today. Welcome back. So, here again, a little chit-chatty and a little bit of worky. So now I'm just doing my rounds because the arms have been put together. See the armholes. Oops, my bad. We're on a row of just half doubles, so we're going to pop this guy here so I remember where I began. Never forget where you started from. Never. There we go. On this one, I am using a 5. The yarn itself is actually from Temu, if you can believe that. It is a cotton sock weight. Feels pretty thick. It's got a bit of cottony cushiness. Okay, what is this hot mess? Well, let's see here. We're going to pull apart. And we're going to go like that. And we're just going to do a nice, easy, relaxing row with very little concentration to it, which is nice. So I can watch TV or listen to a book or have a conversation with the people around me, which is really pleasant. I just love the way that looks. It looks like a party. The way all this looks right here. I just love it. And now my other project I'm working on is mostly grays and whites right now with very little color. And this one's so colorful. I like to have variety. I'm trying to not stick to just plain colors or not colors, whatever you want to call them. And we're looking amazing. When I really get going with this one, the rows go pretty fast. I did have to frog a little, but I figured out what I did wrong. It was me. It always is, right? Unless the pattern's faulty, and this pattern is not faulty. This pattern's just fine. Lots and lots of other people have made it. And it's got a nice feel to it. This will be one of my summer shirts. I want something with a little more color as it gets so hot here. I want something that's a little brighter. And working with super dreary type colors on my other major project there, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to go totally opposite. I really want to make something out of this yarn because I really like it. There's quite a bit of it wrapped around each other, which is great. Okay, sorry. Had to readjust where I'm sitting. There, that's much better. I like how the colors just kind of almost match up. And then once in a while they do, and then once in a while they're close. Like that. That again almost matches up. It's just slightly off, so it's going to give it an interesting wave to it when I actually wear it. Feels like I'm making this giant garment, and it fits me really nicely, a little loosely. I'm trying not to dwell on the size of what I'm actually making. I don't know what size it is. I don't want to know. I'm making it to be comfortable. Oops. Going through. Right. Coming up around the bend. Just half double crochet, half double crochets. I really like these ones. I think I've done some corner to corner with half double crochets. I swear I did. Thinking that it was a double crochet, but for some reason I just didn't want to do a double. I just kept doing half doubles. Did the whole thing in half double. Turned out really nice. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad choice. I'll definitely do it again. Maybe next time I do a graph again, maybe I'll do it that way instead of doing double crochets, because they can get quite large, and just to keep the picture smaller, that is something to consider. Next time I'm designing something like that, because I'll probably do another one. I mean, why not? Yeah, those are just really nice. I love it when I get little bits of like green popping in when the color changes here. Those are my favorites so far. Maybe these little pops of tiny bits of green in there. And I think that's just such a fun little additive. There's a bit of orange too right in here, but the greens definitely catch my eye a bit more because they're really, really quite bright. See that orange right there with the pink and the yellow. And that's super impressive to me because they are very short color changing. It's really, really rapid. So that's going to make this quite eye-catching, I guess. Not necessarily what I want to do, be eye-catching, but I think it will be comfortable, and I think it will be okay to get it wet and not worry too much about it. Like, if I wore it at the beach and it got wet, I wouldn't care because it's cotton, and it'll be just fine. I should put the cake in the shot too so you can see it getting smaller. I really like watching this middle part go. That's probably where my red is right beside more of these cakes. I think that's where I would have put it, is in that shelf there. I'll check later. I need to find that red. A little bit of red that I need to finish on one piece. And then I can hand him over and be at peace with him being done. Blue, we got our pinks. Oh, and don't forget the purple. The purple's really cute too. I like the purple. But they had these in quite a few different colors, and they were about $21 when I got them a couple months ago, so they might have upped in price. I've seen them being resold. And here we are. All tangled up over here. That has happened a couple times. It seems to wrap around itself here and there. It really likes to stick to itself, I think, after I've wound it. Maybe I'm just not that good at winding. Nah, I think it's just... it keeps getting caught on these thicker pieces here. As he keeps pulling it up. And that might be just because it's really fine and very light. The shirt looks like it should be heavy, and it's really not. I'm very surprised every time I pick it up. I'm like, oh, this is still not heavy. It looks like it should be heavy because it's so wide across. To cover me, because that's what I'm looking for, is some good coverage. I want something cool, but it has to cover my skin pretty good because I burn very easily and it gets really hot here. And it's easy for me to catch a wicked burn. I've caught some that have made me quite ill. I had one that the burn lasted 2 years. You could see it 2 years later. You could still see where my shirt was sitting when I went out. And I was wearing sunscreen. I took all the right precautions. But it's apparently a thing about being anemic after pregnancy. Mixture of both. And the hormones being quite different, so it can actually make you burn really easily when you never did before. And so it's a mixture of both of those, and it's really quite pleasant. Makes me not want to go outside the sun. I want to live in the darkness, but I got kids. They don't want to live in the darkness with me. Okay, well, the big one probably does. And the medium one is starting to get to that point. She'd go to the park in the dark. She'd think that'd be cool. And then she'd go to school and tell her friends scary ghost stories, and then everybody's going to be like, oh no, those parents let those kids. Little do they know she makes them all up. And that she's a big chicken too. Shh, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't say anything. But I actually monitor very closely what she watches, and I try to keep her away from stuff like that because she gets nightmares pretty easy. She can watch the occasional almost scary thing, but not too many. There we go. About halfway through. So these rounds do take a little bit, especially when you're all tangled up like I am. So that's always nice. And I think that's about all I have to say today. I'm starting to feel a little bit withdrawing. And that's the whole grief thing again. I'm just in and out, in and out, in and out. Sometimes I feel like chatting, and other times I'm like, I just want to be left alone and sit here and not talk to anybody, even my people. I'll just watch and think my little thoughts. Don't worry, my thoughts aren't self-destructive or anything like that. They're just thoughts. Working things out. Working out. Everyone's telling me to. I've been hearing a lot of people tell me to have a journal to write things down, especially if I feel angry. And I don't feel angry. I really don't. I think my anger was ages ago. I don't know why I don't seem to be feeling that emotion. Everyone says it's like one of the things I feel a little more like just sad. But we had some weird electronic stuff go on today. That was kind of weird. Our TV in the living room suddenly decided to turn itself off without the timer going off, because we have it on a sleep timer. So there's no activity for 5 hours, like nobody touches the remote, it will turn itself off. It gives you a warning. Today it just randomly was like, no, by the way, it's turning off. Scared the kids, so I could never even set the timer or nothing. I was like, okay, sure. But the movie we were watching was definitely not long enough to have allowed that to happen. And we have a phone that my youngest likes to watch YouTube Kids on. It's an old phone that you have kicking around for things like that. And she takes it from room to room and has a couple little preschool games like tracing numbers and puzzles. Little puzzles. And coloring. She likes the coloring ones. Anyway, she loves that little phone. So we had it on the counter. She likes it in the morning when she has her morning snack and lays with me in bed for longer. And we watch it together. That thing suddenly started playing a video out of nowhere. The screen never lit up. Nothing happened. All of a sudden, just this guy starts talking about colors, and it was so weird. So those were kind of oddball things that happened today that was just kind of off. I don't know what happened there. I don't think anything happened because the kids were in the living room, I was at the dining table, my mom was baking in the kitchen, and yeah, I just decided that it was just going to start talking. Just randomly. Kind of weird. Anyways, I'm not sure why I would do that, and I'm just going to say thank you for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. I am going to continue working on my shirt. I'm probably going to sleep within the next 45 minutes or so. Starting to feel a little bit tired. And hopefully you're having a great day and all your projects are working out and becoming beautiful works of art. So thanks again. See you again soon. Bye.